Hello, welcome in. If you're here listening to this podcast, that means you're destined for something great, and we both know it to be true. So without further ado, welcome to the Dark Matter Podcast.
Hey y'all, what is going on? Dev here. Welcome back to the podcast. And today I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant, fired up, and I got some exciting things to share. And I'm just going to rapid fire a lot of these because it is so timely. And I just think it fits the narrative as to what we're all trying to work towards. And first and foremost, remember this: information, if you get far enough into it, will start to contradict. And this is something that I know to be true. I've seen it in my own experiences. And so many people and coaches that I've mentored over the last couple of years have also seen that as well. For us, the last business that I ran, we showed people how to create a successful coaching business online using Facebook groups. And we were very like, Facebook groups is the way, just use Facebook groups. You don't need anything else. And then there are coaches that are doing the exact same thing, creating multi-six-figure businesses, but they're on Instagram or they're on LinkedIn or they're on Pinterest, doing all these different things. And so just remember, because as I'm going through this rant today, just remember the most important piece is eventually information will contradict. And I think at that point, you just recognize that you're just too much in the information stage and it's about taking action. A lot of the people that get successful and are creating results that they want have gone all in with one method, with one process, and ignored all the other noise. And I think that is the biggest thing about entrepreneurship. That's the biggest thing about anything. And if you look at some of the greats, right, like Cristiano Ronaldo, if he was playing soccer, but also trying to play hockey and also trying to play lacrosse at the same time, he obviously wouldn't have been as good as he is. But he got into soccer, he played his specific role, and he got amazing at that role. And now he's the best in the world. And that's the biggest thing. You want to be posting content, you want to be showing up. It's just about knowing how to pick the method that stays with you, that sticks with you, and just move on. Because when the information starts to contradict, this is where a lot of people start to burn out. This is where a lot of people start losing their momentum because they don't know where to fall, they don't know where to go, and they think it's the strategy itself rather than their effort or rather than the work that they're putting into it. And so that's the first thing. Information contradicts. So know when you've had enough and know when it's time to actually implement. The second thing is it should be the long game that we're focusing on here, because so many coaches, and even online, I see it all the time. There's all these people that 90 days ago were a teacher and now they're a high ticket business owner. It's just so much everywhere where it's just like this quick wins. I'm going to show you how to make $10,000 a month in 90 days, even with no experience. And this stuff is garbage. It's garbage. There's no way a teacher with no sales abilities and no sales skills has never had a high ticket business, is now a high ticket business owner, and they're coaching other people on how to do that. And I feel like with this is such a big deal because this is what feeds into our mind. We think that because we're not getting results as quick as this person who just did this thing, that our method or our strategy isn't where it needs to be in order to create success. And that couldn't be farther from the truth, because I'll be honest, I don't even need to know people's specific situation, but after mentoring and coaching people and hopping on sales calls with people that look and say that they have it all put together, just to find out that they're going back to a 9-to-5 or they're giving up on their business or they're pivoting for the 10th time. I just feel these are the signs of people that aren't trusting in themselves, that don't believe in the vision, and that they're just wishy-washy with their belief. They're wishy-washy thinking that it's the strategy that's going to move them forward. And anytime that there's a new thing, they just move into a different direction. And I think this is a big thing because for us, right, for Jess and myself, we talk a lot about long form content. We talk a lot about having one of the three main forms, right? Either a podcast, which is audio, YouTube channel, which is video, or a blog, which is written, and being able to educate and nurture your audience over time. Because at the end of the day, there's two different types of buyers. There's one type of buyer that is going to listen to a podcast episode or watch a YouTube video and make a purchase. There are those people out there. Some people just need to see a lot of it. So sometimes it's about 14 touch points. Sometimes it's about a couple months before they're actually in a position to purchase. And you can't really create a whole strategy based on one or the other. You just have to keep showing up. Consistency is the name of the game. but you miss out on so many opportunities for potential clients because we start switching up our strategy and switching up what is clearly already working to do something else. And to be honest, most of these people that, again, 9 to 5 and now they're a high ticket business coach, this is what's happening to them because they didn't really know what they were doing. They just found something, they were sold into it. Maybe they had a quick couple of results at the beginning, beginner's luck. And then after that, it just fizzles out. And so with this, I just feel the most important thing to remember here is that it's not the strategy, it's you. And I feel like that's the biggest thing that we need to always keep in mind when we're thinking about our current results, when we're thinking about our goals, when we're thinking about our current situation and how things are not working, or if they are working. And so I went on a little bit of a loop there, but thinking that we teach the long form content, having those sorts of things for those two different buyers. Now there's people online saying that liking and trusting people aren't the thing that's going to make you money. Just running ads and calling out the industry and doing all these sorts of things are going to be what's going to make you money, right? So even for us, if we were loosely guided in our beliefs that liking and trusting people in your industry is what is going to lead you to buy from them, then if we didn't believe in that, then listening to this person now who's saying that stuff is just how to make friends, it's not actually how to enroll clients, yeah, then maybe we would pick up and shift. Maybe we would just stop doing this. If we looked at my YouTube videos, and most of them right now are under 100 views, and I looked at that and I said, oh, wow, like this isn't doing as much as I thought it would, then maybe I would stop. It's not about that. It's the consistency. And I wanted to share this because, as I mentioned with Ronaldo, he picked one thing and he got really good at it. There's so many streamers, there's so many YouTubers, there's so many people that I've seen personally. I remember this vividly, where they just started with where everyone starts with 0 subscribers. When they show up consistently, they eventually just create success. That is just what happens. The first thing that everyone needs to master is consistency. If you're not consistent, then it doesn't matter how good you are at everything else if you're not consistent. So I think consistency is the first thing. Once you get through the consistency, then you have to really work on your skills and your beliefs. Because if you don't have the skill and the belief, then it doesn't matter how consistent you are. And I feel like this is why it's like these things all talk to each other. You have to be consistent in order to get people in front of you. Now, once you do get people in front of you, you have to be skillful enough and have the belief in yourself that you can actually help people. Because if you don't have that, then you won't really move forward. And for the people, because I know there are people that have been trying this and doing this and just wasting time for the last couple of years, just posting on socials, it's like you really get to the specifics and the details of those people. It's like the people that are showing up and, oh, I've had a business for 4 years, but I'm not having any clients. So let's really look at it. Are you marketing? What are you marketing? What is your offer? Who do you serve? Who is it that you're talking to specifically? How hard is it for people to purchase? How many people are you actually talking to every single day? Are you running ads? Where are you directing them? Like, I can ask so many questions to a single person who is sitting there saying that they're struggling. And I'm telling you, in 5 minutes, I can understand exactly why they're stuck. And I feel like this episode, of course, was supposed to be a rant. So I'm just kind of going off the whim here, but I just want to suggest that in doing this, we recognize that yes, content is king. Like throughout it all, content is king. If you are not promoting what it is that you're doing, then, we'll never be in a position to have people purchase. And I just feel like with this in itself, content is the way that we enroll clients. We have to show people that we have an open sign and that we are open for business. And if you don't have an offer, you're not actually promoting what it is that you're offering, then this is where a lot of people slow down. And just to tie in that point of the YouTubers and the influencers and all these people, I'm sure every single person listening to this podcast can hear that and resonate. I'm sure we've all seen people where they're like, oh, we maybe are just like scrolling, and then you find someone, you're like, that guy was really funny, or maybe it was like really visually engaging, it really stood out to me. So you click into their profile and you're like, oh, okay, cool. This person's at 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 followers, whatever, right? And then a couple months go by and then all of a sudden you see them again. It's the same person, but it's different content. You click in, now they're at 100,000. It's drastically changed. And I think when you really look at that, what is the thing? It's like they got better with their craft because they stayed consistent. And in this week's YouTube video, I'm actually breaking down how you can automate a lot of your content creation, because your content creation and knowing how to stay consistent and knowing how to show up is going to be the thing that's going to move you forward. And there's a lot of people that are going to say content isn't the thing. And again, it just depends on who you listen to, because there's so many people that say that they don't post content, say that they don't have social media, and they're still able to make six figures. But then you look at their story, it's, oh yeah, they already had a six-figure business. And now this is just something that they're doing on the side because they're running ads, right? It's what stage of the game are you in? Are you in a position to spend $1,000 a day on ads and like you can just compare yourself to those people who are already doing that? Or are you starting a business and you recognize that when you're starting a business, it's a lot of, boots on the ground, really understanding what your audience is looking for and then staying consistent with your content? Because the biggest thing that I've seen with a lot of people that slow down and stop posting content is that they get in their own heads. People don't like, people don't comment, people don't engage, people don't share. And so then people just get in their own heads thinking that, okay, what I have to share isn't resonating with my audience. This isn't valuable for people. And they think that the likes and the comments are what pays the bills, and it's not. Throughout so much of my experience as an online coach, the last couple of years, I've noticed that a lot of the people that actually purchase and move forward aren't the people that comment and like and engage with your content. It's the people that are just watching and educating themselves, being nurtured by your content in the background by you staying consistent. And we got it all the time. I really wanted to work with you guys because I've seen your consistency. I've seen how often you show up. I've seen that you don't stop. And this is what appeals to me over the people that are inconsistent. Now, I just want to make this clear. Just because you don't post for a couple of days or like a week or 2 weeks doesn't mean you're inconsistent. Yes, we want to move to that point of being as consistent as we can be. But if you got to drop down to 3 times a week just to stay consistent, then do it, because not posting hurts you in the short term, but not the long term. Not staying consistent overall is the thing that will slow down your growth and not allow you to make the progress that you want. And so this is something that I just wanted to share because I feel like there's a lot of noise. There's a lot of people that are out there, and like I said, they're a teacher one day and now today they're a high ticket business owner, or there's people that are basically contradicting everything that I'm saying here today. There's always going to be contradiction. There's always going to be something that you see and you love and then you want to do. And then there's people that tell you that you shouldn't do it. You might be listening to this podcast and you might have it in yourself. Be like, you know what? I want to start a podcast. And we actually have a course that shows you how to start a podcast. But say you want to start a podcast, you have it in you, you're feeling so good. You're like, I could definitely do this. And then you tell it to your friend, or you see online all of a sudden, because you know how these algorithms work. You're wanting to start a podcast and then someone's telling you, hey, don't start a podcast. YouTube is the way. And then you're just like, oh, okay. Maybe what it is that I'm thinking isn't the thing for me. And I think so many people go through this. You have this, you see it, maybe you see a piece of content that you like, maybe it's a comedy skit or it's something. And then, you want to start doing it. And then you see someone that's telling you that you shouldn't do it, or this way is the best way, or maybe talking down on what it is that people are doing. And this is why people stay trapped. This is why people never build momentum, because before they even start or after they start, but they're early in, they don't have enough belief and they're not sure enough that the strategy that they're using or the process that they're building isn't the thing for them, because everyone expects immediate results. So if this is you and you're listening to this and you're like, yeah, I started this thing and I posted for a couple of months and it didn't show any results, it's not long enough. If you're on the other end and you're like, yeah, I posted for 4 years and I still didn't get results, it's not your consistency, it's something else. It's your belief, it's your strategy, it's what is it that you're actually doing. And so no matter what it is that you're looking to do, if you are trying to build a presence in the online space, the most important thing is stay consistent, because every single person that I've seen stay consistent with content eventually gets them results that they're looking for. It's just a fact of the reality. And whether it's millions of subscribers that you're after, whether it's millions of dollars that you're after, whatever it is, you can do it. But if you don't have the work ethic and the consistency piece to it, then this is why people stall out. So like I said, if you are listening to this and you're interested in seeing how you can be a lot more efficient with your content or just working through those pieces, then definitely check out the YouTube video. Got some exciting content over there. And so I hope you enjoyed this episode. I just feel like timely because people are trying to create a different life for themselves now. And it doesn't take much. You don't need to invest thousands and thousands of dollars. If you have a smartphone, you can start posting content today. It's just setting the right expectations to realize you may not get millions of views on your first ever post. You might, but don't bank on that. And don't believe every single thing that you see on social media about, oh, I'm going to show you how even my account with 0 subscribers is going to make $1 million doing this. It's like those people are just selling you some pipe dream. I'm giving you realistic facts to suggest that there is a bit of a grind. There is a little bit of some elbow grease you got to put into it. But if you're not willing to do it, then you're not willing to have the results. It's like we do the things to get the results that no one else can have because they're not willing to do the things to get the results that no one else has. So if that's you, you're ready to put in the work, you're ready to get the results that no one else has. You got to be willing to do the things that no one else is able to do, which is showing up, staying consistent, having that belief and trust in yourself, and just recognizing people are going to contradict. People are going to tell you what you're believing in doesn't matter, and that it's just a facade and you shouldn't believe in it. Believe in it, trust in yourself, and that is all you need to do to be successful. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did and it resonated, feel free to connect on the socials. And like I said, go check out the YouTube video. As always, y'all, I'll catch you on the next one.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please like, comment, share, subscribe to it all. You know I appreciate it. And as always, I'll catch you on the next one.